Good morning, guys. Thanks for being here with me on this beautiful, beautiful late spring morning. We are out on Lake Guntersville, and we're about to go chase some bass in the grass, on the rocks, wherever we need to chase them. We're going to go see if we can't put one in the boat. You guys come along for the ride. Let's go get them. Alright guys, the water is dirty as I would expect with all the rain that we've had. So I am starting out with a spinnerbait. And we're going to target this log and work our way around to some grass. And let's see if we can't pull one off this bank out here ahead of us. Let's get them. There's one, guys. Pretty good one. Pretty good one. Get my net. Oh, easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. Little feller in here. In the boat. Alright guys, number one of the morning. We hadn't really been here that long. Targeting shallow water. Anything near shallow water. Grass, logs, any kind of stick up, anything we can find. This water temp is low 70s. There's no reason for these bass for me to have to go hunt deep water today. Water's cool. Fish seem to be active. I have already seen some activity around the edge, so I'm gonna get this one back in the water. Oh, easy. Nice fish right there. Thanks, buddy. Let me show you right quick before I go back to slinging. This is a bait I used, I think I was throwing on my last video that's got bent a little bit. A fire crawl spinnerbait in this dirty water up here, and fire crawl. I just want something that everybody else is not throwing. Gold blade puts out a lot of thump, and it's a little different flash. It's a little different than what everybody else does, and that's how I roll. Give them a little something different to look at. Let's go find us another. There's some good looking grass. We want to work the outside edges of this grass. Several areas of grass on this bank. Good place for brim to get in and around. Good place for bass to chase brim. This eel grass is going to make our lives difficult today. That's okay. All right, guys, out here ahead of me, another really good grass patch. If I'm not mistaken, the last time I was here, this water was a lot higher. It looks like it's about a foot lower than the last time I was here. So if they're still around this grass, I think they're gonna be on the outside edges of it with this water coming down. So that's what I'm gonna mainly target. I could be wrong, they could be up a little shallower, but with falling water, I really want to target the outside edges of the grass, and even like these logs, these submerged logs, old trees that are out off the bank a little bit. I'm going to target every one of those I come across today. And when the water's falling, they often pull out a little bit, but they may not be gone from the area. They just set up on something a little different. But the water's still cool. There's still food in the area, so there still should be fish up in this big pocket. We're gonna pull them out if they are. Wind is not terrible yet. It's supposed to blow today. 10, 15 miles an hour. We'll see. This is a good looking area. I'm about to have to back out of it. Man, didn't want to get pushed up in here. There's one. Oh, he's running too, buddy. I thought there might be a couple left up in here, even with the falling water. Come on. Come on. Let's take a little boat ride here for just a second. Right. 2 for the morning. That's awesome. That's 2 for my little fire crawl spinnerbait. Not quite as big as the first one, but he's still a nice little fish. Chunky, still up shallow. That's what I was hoping, that even with the water coming down, that I could still find fish up shallow. This is a cool, you can feel his touch. This water, it's already showing 74 degrees here, which is a little bit warmer already than where I put in back up in this pocket. But that is still actually really cool water. So these fish have no reason to leave this area. There's food in here, there's cover in here, and evidently there's some bass in here. Let's get another. That's fun. Let's see if there's another one before I motor back out of here. But I'll probably work this bank again later and let them regroup. If I don't get one here really quick. I'm hitting these little shady spots. It's early in the morning still, only about 8 o'clock, but it's already bright sunshine, and the shade already plays a factor in getting bites. Gives them somewhere to hide. All right, let's go find another. All right, this in front of me, guys, is, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. There's shad jumping in front of me. There's a log coming in the water down into a shade pocket. It's a prime area for a bass to be hanging. So we got to make a couple casts right here. The wind is going to probably put me out of position where you guys may not can see where I'm casting. I'm not sure. There's the log. And right up underneath there is where that log comes in the water into the shade. That is a place you don't want to ever skip over. That's dynamite there. It may not have a fish today, but there's definitely shad back there. I see them flipping around. Wind's trying to put me in there. I'll see if I can get another cast before I have to back out. Maybe one more. All right, gotta get out or I'm gonna be in a tree. Get my motor going in reverse. Well, wasn't nothing in there, so we'll keep looking. Another good shady spot. Got some brush sticking up out of it. Got to make a cast or two before I get pushed up into the trees. Nope. Not gonna get them every time. Outside edge of the grass right there. There ought to be some brim hanging out and bedding around this junk. And a big old bass could be waiting on an unsuspecting brim to make a big meal. That's what I'm hoping for. There's a log out from the bank. That's one of the things we're looking for. I'm gonna bring it right across it too. Run into it if you can. Make it hit. Oh man. I don't know if that was a fish. I hit something. Felt good though. Oh, it was a stump down there. I see it now. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna try something a little different for a minute. This is a beaver type bait. I'm gonna work up shallow with it for a few minutes and see if we can get bit. We did get bit, guys, and I missed him. There's one, guys. He's not gonna be a big one, I don't think, but he's gonna be fun. All right. That's awesome. Alright guys, we are still picking them up this morning. I did get bit on the beaver bait. I tried for just a minute and man, I had him too. I had to go back with that spinner bait, and there's the reason, putting them in the boat. Alright buddy, see ya. Wind is gonna play havoc with me today. See if I can get turned here without getting into the dock. Make sure everything's straight, works properly. We will probably come back and hit some of these areas again. The wind's blowing me all up in here every time I catch a fish, and I just sort of stir everything up. So I'm catching something, or either I'm making some casts and coming out, but I'm gonna work this stretch probably several times today, both with a spinnerbait, maybe with a wacky rig or a stick bait, maybe just a jig or the beaver bait. But there's fish in here. I'm seeing fish, I'm seeing bait fish, and I'm catching fish. That's 3, and I haven't been here that long. So, a lot of fun this morning. This is awesome. Alright, let's get after it. Up shallow, spinner baiting. I know there's grass up in here. We're coming right over the top of the grass and bringing it out. Nope. Pretty sure we got hit right there. Right along the edge of the seawall, guys. That's where they get these shad bunched up, and the brim can't run away and hide. They get them forced up against these seawalls, and the bait can't run away. Good areas to look for. I won't get many cast up in here. The wind's trying to put me on the bank, so I gotta hurry. This just looks so good. Yep, already put me on the bank. We can get one more. Right up close to the seawall. Oh, that might have been a stick. I get a little jumpy. All right, guys, up in here, right now I'm sitting in 3.5 feet of water, which is pretty shallow. But I'm looking at some really good stuff out in front of me. All my bass have been shallow this morning, so the shallow I still think is good. We got some timber in the water. I know there's a lot of grass, and there's some shade up in here. So we've got to know, we kind of got out of this type of bank for a little while. Now we're kind of back in it. We're gonna hope these fish are still up in here. We're getting on as the morning progresses, and we may have to go back up and work docks that provide shade and cover. I know I'm gonna do that at some point today, but while we got the sun, it's kind of cloudy, I want to take advantage of the shade on these banks, and I just feel like there's brim in these areas, and we may get a big one at some point. Really good looking spots when you've got this dark shade around timber and grass both. It's just hard for me not to make some cast up in here, even though it's shallow. Well, I'm back to 5 feet, so we got some decent water depth out where I'm sitting, but it is shallow where I'm throwing. And I know bass use this. This is good ambush areas. There's a lot of turtles running around. Turtles everywhere. And I'm trying to make casts where I just lay that bait over in the water. I don't want big hulking splashes. I want it to drop in that water gently and then let the vibrating spinnerbait do the talking. But nothing up in this pocket. See if we can ease out of here and get around this tree. Got a big shaded area coming up on this next little stretch of bank that has been good to me before. And we've got the wind coming in the right direction right now, pushing up in here. It's a textbook area that should have fish. Whether we find them or not, I don't know. That's why it's called fishing. I want to try to keep showing you guys where I'm casting. The wind doesn't let me do that a lot. It has its own mind, a way of doing things, and I want to get it. There we go, up under the trees. Still got good water depth right in here. There could be a bass anywhere in here. I'm gonna do a little more parallel type deal here. Stay in the strike zone a little longer like this. I am completely in the shade now. Oh, dropped my rod and crashed into the water. That's a good shot right there. There ought to be a bass in there. There he is. We have changed gears, guys. We have gone to a soft stick bait. And that was a real subtle bite right there. Real subtle bite. See if I can get him in. See? Oh, I'm gonna have to net him. He's wild with me. Got him in the boat. Here we go. Another good looking fish. Easy. He just got that thing in there too. Do not have my pliers. Where are my pliers? There they are. Easy, buddy, easy. get that old hook out. Man, fish are biting up here on the big G-ville today. How about that? Get him back. See you, buddy. I'll show you what I've gone to. This is some bait. I don't use that much. Got a towel involved. And I've got this on my, what I call my fluke rig. Well, it went right back in place. That's pretty good. Let me get situated and I'll show you. I've got this on a swivel with about 1.5 foot leader, and I've got it Texas rigged, but no weight. As you can see right here, that I got it rigged weedless, and so the only weight is my swivel, and it gives me a little extra weight. It also keeps line twists down, and I've got it rigged that way so it will fall slow. It'll stay in their line of sight longer instead of straight down to the bottom. So that's what I want. I want a slow presentation. The first round of bites, this, you know, by the time I got here, the really good morning bite was over, and so I cleaned up the shade patches on my way down this bank. And now as I go back up this bank, I'm going against the wind, and I'm utilizing my little anchor in behind these docks. I'm still got some wind with my little anchor. I think I got another bite right there. Nope. I thought it was. Got a stick. But I'm positioned to where I can really work this area in behind these docks, and then I'm gonna jump around and go to the next one. And I can also throw it up under the docks. Really good bait for that. Got some junk on it. May have to re-hook this bait. I've got an exposed hook. I don't like that with all this grass. And he has scuffed me up pretty good, so I'm gonna have to shorten my leader. But that's okay. A little shorter leader is actually gonna be better in this case. This is what we're doing for the next hour or so. Let's see if we can put a few in the boat like this. Spinnerbait worked great this morning. Sun's up overhead, even though it's kind of hazy today. They still like the cover of docks. They still are shallow. The water's still not hot. And this represents a bluegill if I ever saw one. We're gonna put some in the boat maybe. Hang out with me, let me fix all this. Alright guys, we got us another one. In the boat. In the boat. Man, he's got it down there too. They're eating it so fast, I can't hardly keep up with them. Try to get it turned around. See which way the hook's going. stick bait, getting it done, getting it done. Let's get this one back. I think that's 5 for the day. You guys hang out. We're gonna get some more put in the boat. Oh man, that was a bite, guys. Edge of the grass. Might have been a bass, might have been a brim, but it was a bite. Gonna ease it back over there. We didn't hook him, so let's see if he's still in there. There was one. Oh my goodness. Well, that might have been my answer. That might have been the answer. That's more like bait. Wow. Poor little fella. No. It's a Newport.
Oh, okay. That thing's going.
That's only half speed.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I really like it.
Yeah, that's a boat right there.
Yeah, I'm running a 24 volts, 100 amp hour battery, so I can run all day.
All day long.
Probably 2 days.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's awesome.
I really like it.
I hope you're catching them.
I've caught 6.
There you go. Better than what I did yesterday.
There you go.
Today, all I'm doing is drinking beer, bro.
There you go. Alright guys, it's been a long stretch since we've had a good one in the boat. And now we got one. Oh, he's gonna splatter water everywhere. Calm down, buddy, calm down. I'm gonna put you back. I'm gonna put you back in the water. The old spinnerbait comes through again. Got blowed up in a tree. Check that out. Ain't that pretty? That's a pretty one. He knocked the fire out of it. Saw some little shad skittering around to lay down and threw in there and he smacked it. How about that? Alright, let's get him back. One more look. Back in the water. So much fun to come to Guntersville when you can get bit. So much fun. Now if the Sea-Doos would go home, but it's just part of it. Everybody gets to enjoy the lake, and wow, man, he about took my rod. He hit that thing. He meant to kill whatever he was eating. Alright, I'm gonna line back up with this tree, go at it again, see if there's another one. If there's one in there eating shad, there's probably two, but I've run all over this tree, so I may not catch another one. But I fished that same tree early this morning, and you know, like I said, I think I said it early this morning, I was gonna make another run down through here, and it paid off. You guys hang out, I'll let you know if we get another one. Well guys, I think number 7 is going to be our lucky number for the day. I think I'm going to pack it in. The wind's gotten up, it's made it a little difficult. And the areas that I'm trying to fish, which the wind has helped me all day, has now blown all the eelgrass over here, and it's just a wreck. So, between the eelgrass and the wind and all these pleasure boaters, I think I'm going to wind it up and go to the house. And we had a good day. Hey, that's all you can say. Got 7 nice looking fat little bass in the boat, so I'm happy. Didn't catch any monsters. I don't think I got no 5-6 pounders today, but it was a good productive day. So you guys stay safe on the water. I'll see you next time. I am out of here.